Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. And before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be my November reading wrap up. I read 12 books in the month of November. Most of these were for vlogs, but some weren't. And I'm just going to go over all the books I read, tell you what they were, what I rated them, maybe a little bit about them, and let's just get started. The first book I read was an arc of Fragile by Megan Hawley. I gave this book 5 stars. This one I read an arc through Love Notes PR, and it was a college, I'm blanking on this word, I think it's football romance, and it was so good, so emotional, and it was a brother's best friend. I loved it. Next, I read The Dollhouse by Lisa Unger. I gave this 4.5 stars. This is a short story you can find on Amazon Reading, like Prime Reading. And I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. It would have been a 5 if it was just 50 pages longer. But it was a very short story. It was dark. It was creepy. It was a thriller, but had horror elements. And I loved it. Next, I read an arc of Go Cook Yourself by Rebecca Chase, and the rest of the arcs I read this month were from NetGalley for NetGalley November, which is a readathon that Nicole from Dusty Book Sniffers hosted. If you guys didn't know, I have a reading vlog on my channel where I read all these books, and you can see my thoughts more in detail. I will try to remember to link that down below, as well as Nicole's channel. But I read Go Cook Yourself. I gave it 2.5 stars. I did not like this book very much. I did not enjoy the characters. The main female character was boring to me, and the main male character acted childish. And I didn't feel their chemistry. It just, unfortunately, was a miss for me. Next, I read Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Gave this one 5 stars. It's one of my favorite books of the year. I loved it. It is a paranormal romantasy, and it follows our main female character who has a sister, and her sister goes off to join this competition called Phantasma, where it's like trials, and you have to like pass each level, and you can die, anything can happen to you, and she goes in to find her sister and ends up falling for, I forget what he is. I think he's a phantom. And then stuff happens. The ending, well, not the ending, but like the last, there was a huge plot twist, and I was like, oh my God. But I loved it. One of my best books of 2024. Next, I read an arc of Take Two by Ava Colt. This was one of the detours that Vanessa chose for NetGalley November. I give this one 2 stars. It was a novella, so that is a good thing, but it was not great. It was supposed to be erotica, but it was very vanilla in my opinion, and I just didn't like it. All they did was have sex, and I know it's supposed to be erotica, but I felt nothing between the 3 characters, and they tried to make it have plot, but it didn't. It was a miss for me, and I feel like a lot of other people, but that was that one. Next, I read an arc of Deadstream by Mara Masco Moore. I gave this one 4 stars, and this one is a YA paranormal thriller. I actually really enjoyed this one. This follows a video game streamer who witnesses a very popular streamer have some paranormal stuff happen on camera, and she is trying to figure out what's going on, and it was very enjoyable. It definitely read YA, I feel like, but I didn't mind it. It was an enjoyable read, and I definitely recommend. Next, I read Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. I give this one 5 stars, and I read this for my holiday romance reading vlog collab video. And I loved it. This is a sapphic Christmas romance, and it is Second Chance. I loved it. There were so many good Christmassy vibes. And again, I read it in a reading vlog if you want more thoughts. Then I read an arc of Into the Woods by Jenny Holiday, which was actually one of my most anticipated releases for 2025. It comes out in January next year. And I gave this one 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It follows two like camp counselors, camp teachers, and she is a dance teacher. He is a former rock star, and they are teaching at this summer camp. She's teaching dance, he's teaching music, and they end up falling for each other. She is a bit older. I think she's in her 40s, and I really enjoyed this one. It gave all the cute summer camp vibes, and I highly recommend it. Definitely go check it out when it comes out. Next, I read The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny. I read this and the following two books, which are all part of the Holiday Brothers Bind Up by Devney Perry. I read them all for my holiday romance reading vlog, so you can definitely go check that out for more thoughts. But I gave this one 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It is a single dad nanny romance. These are all centered around Christmas time, and I had a blast with this one. Then I read Three Bells, Two Bows, and One Brother's Best Friend, and I gave this one 4 stars. I did enjoy it, but it was my least favorite out of the three by far. Well, not by far, but it was my least favorite. And if we're being honest, I don't remember too much from this book at all, and I just read it. It was good. I had a good time. I read it. I've moved on. I recommend it, but I don't really remember much from it. And then I read A Partridge in a Pregnancy, which I gave 4.5 stars. I loved the FMC, the female main character in this book, and I loved the plot, but the main male character, he was horrible, and I go into more detail in my vlog, but I hated him with a passion, and if he was better, this book would have easily been 5 stars. But this follows two people who have been on and off again for a while. They decide to end things with one last one-night stand, and she ends up pregnant, so that's that one. And the last book I read in the month of November was Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. I give this one 5 stars. It's one of the prime Kindle Unlimited novellas for the holiday season that a bunch of authors are a part of. This is book 1 in that series, or collection, I guess. And I loved this one so much, which is why I got 5 stars. I don't usually give novellas 5 stars, but this one blew me away. I loved the characters, I loved the plot, and I just really felt their chemistry. And that is going to be it for this video. Sorry about the lighting. If you made it this far, please leave me a candy emoji, like the candy emoji. And before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.